Hello, everyone. We're going into the second match of a Kaladesh draft. We won our first one. Huh. Interesting. I think because I have a scry effect, I think this is probably keepable. We are at 0 artifacts, which isn't great for a Gear Seeker, but we do have 2 drops and something to do on turn 1, and I think we can probably make it work. Scry does make hands. Like, if you've ever played Modern and Serum Visions, you can keep a hand with like 1 island and a Serum Visions and usually feel pretty good about it thanks to Scry. So, it's kind of what we're looking at here. We do have +1/+1 counters into Aetherborn Marauder too, which isn't the worst. We drew a land, which is good, but let's go ahead and just see what our opponent has for us. Okay, so we don't want to put the Daredevil in there at all. Interesting. So he's got the Barge, got the Gremlins, who are going to get quite large, and an Aether Torch Renegade. I'm trying to decide if I'm more worried about the Gremlins or the Aether Torch Renegade. I'm actually also worried about this, but putting it in the graveyard is just pretty bad value. This is going to hit me hard in the meantime. This isn't really going to. I don't have that many X1s in my deck either, so yeah, I think I'll hit the Gremlins here. Ooh. We don't have mana for it yet, but I think I do put it on top. We just play our Thriving Rats next turn. We can also attack into... Oh, he only had 1 land. I kind of missed that fact. Damn. That sucks. Our Rats would have been able to attack into his dude as well, which is nice. His 1/2, it can attack into that. But now he's behind, and that's pretty good for us. So we're going to attack. We're going to make this a 2/3. Then we'll play our other Rats. And in the meantime, what we need to do is draw 4th land. It's not a 4th land, but at least it's an artifact. Crack in there. We're going to pump the second one, yeah. And then we'll play Consulate Skygate in our turn. So I think I'd probably only move 1 counter to this just to be safe here. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. We're mana screwed too, although obviously our situation's a lot better because we got stuff out there before whiffing on land drops. Our opponent hasn't played anything yet. But yeah, why hasn't he been playing that this whole time? I guess he was wanting to hold on to it for to get back his Daredevil later. We knew he had that, but wow. Well, again, at least it's another artifact, and this one can actually attack, so it's lethal on this board. This was a very... It's not necessarily over yet. If he draws a 3rd land, he could buy himself some time, but he's definitely in bad shape. If we just draw our 4th land, we just win. So this was one of those games where both players got kind of mana screwed. Our opponent definitely worse than we did. Ooh, now that's a little better, because now he can have 2 blockers, so Malfunction will not immediately solve my problems here. Okay. Well, drawing 2 cards seems pretty good because I'm struggling so hard to like draw a land. I think we still attack with all 3 of these. He wants to double block one of them. I don't care. I don't think I care very much. No, he's not going to. Okay. So I'm okay with that. We're not going to gain the life because I actually really want to draw the cards here. I could have done this first, actually. Probably would have been better. Hey, there's a land. Because then we could have threatened pumping our Rats at least. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to play a flyer. We can actually just play Gear Seeker next turn, so I might just do that instead and make him find a way to deal with it. Especially if we draw our 6th land, because that means we can just like tap all our mana and he's dead no matter what he does. I mean, he's dead on this board right now anyway, with Malfunction, so we'll see what he does. Even if he plays one creature, he's dead, so we have that going for us. He's deep in thought. I mean, we know he has the Bazaar Barge still. We know he has Oval Chase Daredevil still. I think that's all we know that's still in his hand. Oh, Ether Torch Renegade also, yeah. None of those get him out of this though. Deep in thought. Can do 1 damage to me. That doesn't seem relevant. I'm trying to figure out what he could have. I mean, he could play the Renegade. Actually, he could play the Renegade, use the energy to make a Thopter, and that would give him 1 more turn, right? I don't have a way of punching through enough damage. I mean, he still ends up having to block in not effective ways, but that does buy him another turn. Yeah, our opponent had some computer problems, so there was a big gap there. But he's doing what I thought was the best plan, which is play Renegade, make a Thopter. Yeah. Worth noting, you can do it at instant speed, and there's really no reason not to. So I think that is a little better, but... Okay, so yeah, now Malfunction doesn't let me punch through for lethal, so... Doesn't really seem worth it. I can pump one of these, and I don't have another energy sink right now, so I might as well. Makes it a lot harder to block. So, and then we probably just play Gear Seeker in our second main phase. We could just play this since it represents lethal for sure, and we don't have the land. So maybe I will play him instead. Oh, I meant to attack with my Pillar Bug too. Whoopsies. Yes. Yeah, that was a mistake. A mistake. He can double block this one too. He could have done that to the Pillar Bug too, I guess. And then just single block this. Bad move. I mean, I can still kill the Renegade if he does do that, so... At least there's that. Yeah. So we'll kill the Renegade. Yeah, I definitely should have attacked with that too. It would have created a lot of problems for our opponent. So now Marauder or... I think I might just go with Gear Seeker. Yeah, I'm just going to go with Gear Seeker. And in my turn, yeah, we definitely gave our opponent a little more time there because he'd be at like 2 now and wouldn't have had as good of a block against my other Thriving Rat. Yeah, alright. So Gear Seeker triggers Scoop. So... Anything I want to change here? Didn't see enchantment-based removal for this to be worth siding in. Hightide Hermit. I mean, we didn't really see enough to know if that's worth it, but it is nice that it gives so much energy. Because after we trimmed out a tune, we ended up with the deck without as many ways to make energy as I would have liked for Dynavolt Tower. But we have enough instants that I think it makes up for it. Because all we have that makes energy are 2 Thriving Rats, Live Fast, Glimmer of Genius, right? That's it. Yeah, I think that's it. We could think about cutting like the squad. It does give us an artifact, but yeah, I think I am going to cut the squad and just put in another way to make energy. Also has +1/+1 counter synergy for our Aetherborn Marauder, I suppose. But yeah, I think I like the Hermit a little more in this deck. Maybe should have run it to begin with. Okay, well this time we have another scry effect that I think lets us keep our hand. We play Thriving Rats first still, I would think, but... So we'll keep. We're also on the draw, and this hand's perfectly keepable on the draw. Like, we have a way better chance of hitting our land drops since we're on the draw. Both Gear Seekers is a little awkward. I mean, it'll be awesome in the latter part of the game, but for now it's kind of like, what am I supposed to do with all this? We have one artifact. Man, did our opponent keep another? I think he's been mulliganing poorly. Like, I think he mulled to 6 both games, which is, you know, to be fair, not great, but you should mulligan to 5 if you have a one-land hand about 90% of the time, I think, depending what's in it. So that may work in our favor. Looks like he hit his land a little earlier this time, at least. There's his Thriving Rats. How about that? Okay, so we're going to attack with ours. And I think I'm going to play Eager Construct. It could play Live Fast. Maybe it is better just to play Live Fast because we're in a situation right now where it doesn't really, it's not a big deal for us to, you know, we have plenty of time to do it, but at the same time, I would end up, yeah, I think we do it. I think we do just cast Live Fast right now. Gives us more energy for our rat too, so not an irrelevant thing. All right, well, now it's irrelevant. At least he had to use all the energy from his Harness Lightning there. Goes up to 2/3. Okay, well, we will play an Eager Construct. Right now, Gear Seeker Serpent's going to cost 6, which kind of sucks. We will put that on the bottom because we've drawn enough lands. Good news is we have good ways to interact, a strong removal spell, and a very good, you know, this is such good tempo in this format. That, especially when you have stuff like this. I mean, yeah, you're only bouncing a 2-drop, but then your opponent loses like all the energy they invested. They do get 2 back, but it's not a huge deal. Yeah, we'll just take this. We want to keep our artifact in play if we can for a double Gear Seeker. All right. Yeah, if I had any X1s, and I may still have one somewhere in my deck, I probably would have sided them out against him between the Renegade and the Puzzle Knot. All right, well, now I think we just cast Tezzeret's Ambition here. We just drawing cards, man. We'll get in for 2. I'm not going to block with this, so we might as well do it. Yeah. Yeah, Tezzeret's Ambition. Oh, nothing else that got us through all these freaking lands. We have to discard a card, and it's going to be one of these mini islands. So next turn we go Gear Seeker. Turn after that we go Gear Seeker. Theoretically. Opponent's mana also seems stretched pretty thin. Haven't seen like any fixing, really. So, but he's 3 colors. We saw 3 colors both games. Right, there's another select for inspection. We're just going to play our big monster here. Even at 6 mana, it's not terrible. Usually our deck's going to play him for like 5 or less, but 6 isn't too terrible. Especially when you can follow it up with a second one. So if he attacks here, it probably means he has a trick, and as a result, I don't think I would actually block. I think I would want to have mana up for select for inspection later. He decided not to attack anyway, but I think that would be the thing to do, because then I can block with my Gear Seeker, and if he uses a trick, I can just use select for inspection, and that just, it's not a huge blowout or anything, but it's pretty nice, that's for sure. Lawless Broker. Hooey. So we get a 2-for-1. How? Oh no, we don't. You only have 5 power. You silly serpent. I think we just play our second serpent and pass. for now. And we leave up mana for select for inspection here. And next turn we can basically just start bashing in with one of them and then leaving up double select for inspection. Yeah, that's kind of annoying, but select for inspection is really good. Well, it's less good against it than it is against most other things because of the fact that it draws him a card, but it's still pretty good against it. It'd be a big tempo hit when we're just bashing in for 5 a turn. We could also just leave mana up for Tidy Conclusion instead, which only gains us 1 life right now, which is pretty sad. Man. We are flooded. Opposite problem from last game. I'm probably just going to go with the select option, though, so I can start bashing. So, you are unblockable. What'll be really great is if we can get him to tap mana somehow before he crews this, so that we can then just select for inspection it, and then he can't recast it. Looks like that's what's going to happen, so I'm happy about that. So now he can crew it with 2 different creatures. Just go into combat, huh? No crewing. Okay. Well, I think we still use select here. Well, we're going to declare a block first and then use select. He's probably got built to smash, so this will be a big tempo hit for us. We'll block the bigger one. Tempo hit for him, I mean. Yeah. Bye-bye. It's a 1-for-1 deal, and then I get Scry on top of it. You actually blocked pretty well right now, so I will take you. I also have better attacks now, I think. I mean, he can crew this and then double block, I guess. But we have Tidy Conclusion. So I think I just attack with both of these and use Tidy Conclusion when that untaps. Then we have 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so we'll have enough mana to play the P-Foul as well, which is pretty good. All right. We'll leave our Eager Construct back, although it's not the worst attacker, mostly because, yeah. But yeah, we'll just swing with both. No crewing, huh? That seems surprising. Definitely should have crewed there, but this is even better for us. So now we can just hold on to that removal spell for a while longer. And we can still keep it up this turn, even after we play our P-Foul. If I don't tap my mana like a moron. Anyway, we can. There we go. Looks like we probably got this one. Been some misplays for our opponent, for sure, that have aided us. Gearseeker's definitely been the star of our deck instead of the Dynavolt Tower, but that's okay. We've run into opponents without any like hard removal, which has been good for the most part. I guess one of them ate a Welding Sparks in an earlier game, but other than that, they've just been allowed to do whatever they want. So yeah, we just give this flying and make one of these unblockable, and our opponent's dead. No matter what he does, assuming all he's going to do is play a permanent anyway. I mean, I'll declare blocks here again, and if he wants to try to use a trick, I'll use select for inspection. I guess, no, he doesn't have the mana for the puzzle not to. I was going to say, I guess he could kill my P-Foul. But he can't really attack here either. So it's kind of interesting. I honestly didn't think this deck would start out 2-0, but we've had some luck, certainly. We've got a chance at another trophy here. Okay, so he is crewing now, so this is just gonna... Should have crewed for blocking purposes, because he could have double blocked one of these. I mean, he would have gotten blown out anyway, but it's the right play to make, even though it wouldn't have worked out, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're just going to tidy conclusion the barge. Gain a couple life. And that should be it. There's no trick that he can kill me with here. So I'm just going to take it. He could have Rush of Vitality or something, which would just make me look stupid. So, yeah. All right. So on to our third match. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.